Hey there, friend. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. How glad I am that you have joined me today. Thank you. Come on in here and let's get our Bibles open today. We're just going to look at Psalm 141 and a unique prayer that the psalmist prays right here in this psalm. Of course, this is all about prayer, this psalm is. And we saw yesterday, or the day before yesterday, sort of the outline of prayer, the elements, the basic elements of prayer. And that is who the prayer is directed to, who makes the prayer, and the desire of prayer, which is always make haste to answer and hear my voice. So always the desire is the same. Quick turnaround and an audience with the Lord, because if he hears, he's going to answer, which he does. He promises to hear and answer prayer. And then we have the prayer that he makes there in verses 3 and 4, a prayer against wickedness in his heart and his associations. So he doesn't want to be a part of those that practice evil, and he doesn't want to eat their dainties. That is, he doesn't want to be in fellowship with them. And he asks the Lord to don't incline him to those things. There in verse 4. And now we come today to 5 and 6, and it's completely different. So we go from the wicked, don't incline me to be involved with the wicked, to, let's just read verses 5 and 6. Let the righteous smite me. It shall be a kindness. Let him reprove me. It shall be an excellent oil, which shall not break my head. For yet my prayer also shall be in their calamities. When their judges are overthrown in stony places, they shall hear my words, for they are sweet. Okay, so that's verses 5 and 6. So you notice it's completely different here. Don't incline my heart to evil words, to practice wickedness with wicked men, to eat their dainties. And then we have verse 5, which is a complete reversal. Now it's not wicked men, but it's the righteous. And he says, let the righteous smite me. It shall be a kindness. Have you ever prayed that prayer? I don't know that I've ever prayed that prayer, but what a great prayer that would be. Because this is what we want, right? At least this is what we say we want. Because sometimes, our way in this life can be clouded. It can be a little murky. And we might walk off the path. And if we do, we need somebody right there to kind of crack us upside the head and say, hey, what are you doing? Get back on the path. It's okay to have that kind of, what do you call it when somebody does that for you? They're they're watching over you in a sense, and it's an intervention, I guess, maybe. And you got to have that because sometimes you just can't see. You don't know. It becomes so natural that you forget that it's wrong or that you're not doing exactly what you need to do. And so to have the righteous smite me, it would be a kindness for a righteous person. Let him reprove me. It shall be an excellent oil, which shall not break my head. No, it won't be a head breaker. What it'll be ointment that comforts, ointment that soothes and heals. Yeah, so reproof is an excellent oil. Smiting is a kindness. It brings us back in line with the way the Lord wants us to walk. So this is a great prayer. And I challenge you to pray it. I'm going to challenge myself to pray it too, because we need this. We need this kind of praying. And then he says, for yet my prayer also shall be in their calamities. So he's going to pray for the righteous. Now remember, in verse 4, he says, don't incline me to do with the wicked their wickedness. Here he says, my prayer is going to be for these righteous people. So he's distancing himself from the wicked men, and he's drawing to himself the righteous men by prayer. I'm going to pray for them when they have a hard time. Well, this is my responsibility. Now I'm going to pray for them. And then we see what happens when their judges are overthrown. Sometimes that happens when our leaders, something happens and they get put out of place. And especially leaders in the church, the church kind of feels like it's lost its mooring just a little bit. Well, that's a good time to pray. It's a good time to pray for the leaders when they are overthrown. And notice what he says, they shall hear my words, for they are sweet. So these are words of comfort that he's going to give to these folks. Yeah, so good. Okay, join me again tomorrow, and we're going to look at verses 7 and 8 tomorrow here on Daily Dose Radio.